think that's it.
Are you assuming alone?
Yeah. I don't know that it's totally closed. I think it's still a day-to-day thing, but I know we've been saying that now for a little while. But I don't think we have a better verbiage because we still do think that there's a chance he could play each game, and so we're going down this path where I'm not ready to commit to more than day-to-day. But looking back, it has been more than day-to-day. Well, I think playing against him, I think you recognize the organization. You know how organized he is, how dogged he is in what he believes in as a coach, and how his team represents that. I think there's also the things you uncover when away from the court. How for him, I think one of his pillars is that this is about people. It's not just X's and O's. It's not just the technical aspects of the game, but it's about people, human beings, building relationships. And I think he does a brilliant job of walking that line between all those figures in his players' lives. From the spectrum to father figure to authoritarian. So I think he's able to, straddle all those different quadrants of a chart, so to speak. So I think he definitely could write a few books on how to coach and how to lead.
When you go back to Phoenix for the first time back in 2014?
Yeah, I think it's these guys have been a part of a great organization here in San Antonio for a number of years, and Patty going back I think a whole decade and winning a championship. So for the both of them to be able to play here and have the success that they've had and then come back here, it should be special for them. This was home for a long time, and they're a part of the fabric of the franchise. And so for them to come back, I want them to enjoy it. I want them to have a special experience without it detracting from the game itself, but for them to really be in the moment and to enjoy it.
Hey, Coach. There's obviously been reports about you guys and Paul Millsap kind of taking the turn to part ways. I'm wondering, when did you, get the feeling that the role wasn't going to work out for him? And just, can you go from there and expound on that, how we got to this point?
Yeah, it was very recent. Just an unfortunate situation. We think Paul's been great, his spirit and, the way he's been a great teammate and accepted a limited role thus far has been difficult for him. It's not necessarily what I had expected going into it. But it very rarely is what you expect. So, we'll try to find a solution, a positive solution for Paul. And we thank him for, just the way he was when he was here without getting the playing time or the role that he had coveted. So we're disappointed that it didn't work out or work in a better way. But we really respect and admire the way he handled himself while he was here. And I want to see him happy and playing somewhere.
Correlation when you have two young guys,
and the veterans, Blake and LaMarcus, you add it all up, there's 5 centers. So, I think it makes it difficult. And, for different reasons at different parts of the season, we pressed different buttons. And although he did get some opportunities, he didn't get a ton of opportunities. And, I feel like that was unfortunate, for Paul. And I understand. And just a difficult situation that we didn't necessarily foresee, but here we are. And, Dayron and Nick have emerged, and LA's had a great year. And we know Blake's been available the whole season, and we know whether he's playing very well or he's struggling. We know what he brings with his IQ and his defensively. He takes charges and boxes out and gives us a physicality that we don't have. So, you add it all up, and it's just there's not enough space for everybody.
Okay.
Was that me, Aaron? Did you call me?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't hear you. Sorry. Coach, we know, Kyrie is just outstanding. And so if you add him, obviously that's going to be a positive. But are there things about his particular fit that just unlocks you offensively? Beyond just like he's awesome. Are there things about his particular skill set that unlocks you as a group on that end of the floor?
Yeah. I think when you're that elite and your skill level is that high and you're that accurate and efficient, he's going to unlock a lot of things, but you can start to list them. Obviously he's, we don't have a ton of guys who can get in the paint. He brings that. You don't have a ton of guys that are exceptional pulling up in the mid range, especially with Kevin out. He gives you that. He spaces the floor with his 3-point range and accuracy. He's a terrific finisher. He can be a one-man fast break. So you add it all up, he does, add a lot to our program. And when he's on the floor, whether he has the ball or not, he makes us better. Great.